So here, in one of the introductory session, which we have not shown. Okay, so one feature which was enabled now, I want to show you. Go to child side. You can see here, change your profile. So if you remember, when in the first session, I was saying that whatever you see, the menus or the functionalities which you are having access, that is all controlled via roles, ROLES, like your basis, your accessibility. Based on the roles which you assign to your profile, you can able to access relevant modules or relevant. Being a customer administrator, that is a role. Because of that, we are having access to all the modules and all the configuration. A similar way, a person is having only contracts role. He can only see the contracts access. He will not be seeing other roles. So in order to do the roles, there is you can self service is available where you click on change your profile. By clicking on this, you can see it will give you like what is your username, what is the email address. If you want to change, you can change it. Supervisor. So whoever will be your supervisor, that is visible here. You can change if there is a change in your supervisor. And these are all the groups which are currently assigned to the user buyer 7. In our case, buyer 7, that is the user which we are using. So these are all the groups that are existingly available for him. If you want to add more groups, go to the bottom of the page, click on select. Then system will tell you what is assigned and what is not assigned. So wherever you see this tick mark, these are the roles currently active for this particular user. On the left hand side, whatever you're seeing is system premises which is not assigned to this particular user. For example, as I mentioned, a buyer is having only a buying role. We want to assign him invoicing role also. When you come here, you will be selecting the relevant roles and then click on done. It will be added to the role. So for example, I want to add category manager for this buyer 7, close order functionality, and custom reporting manager, something like that. I'm just randomly selecting some roles which is not having. By clicking on done, okay, now I have added certain roles as part of the first screen. Next, you can either click on the next tab or you can click on accounting or shipping information. By clicking on accounting and shipping, here also you can edit certain details. What are all those? By default, you will be assigned to this company code, purchasing organization, purchasing group, purchasing unit, planned delivery address. So what is these ones? So for these buyer 7, this will be default company codes and purchase organization. Whenever this user is creating a purchase order, by default, he will be assigned to this company code, this purchasing organization. In the PO, the delivery address will be shown as this one. Again, this is not a hard stop. So this will be defaulting it. At the time of PR creation, you can change these settings also. But it will help you to no need to enter each time. It is maintained. Clicking on next, you need to provide why you are changing this. So whatever you are adding roles, what is the accounting information you are changing, this will help the person who is approving this profile. He can able to validate and give a approval. Suppose in some companies, they might ask you to take your senior management approval to get additional roles. You need to attach that email to this profile. Then once you click on next, system will tell you by doing these changes, who will be your approver for this profile changes. In this case, customer administrator will going to receive an email. He will verify the changes. Once he is okay with this, he will approve it. By clicking on next, it will give you from this existing groups to this groups were requested by the user. Are I okay to approve it? So based on the attachment or whatever they have provided, he can take a decision. If he approves, these roles will be added to your profile. If you deny it, then you will not get this rows assigned to your profile and you need to resubmit your existing, resubmit the same profile. This is called user profile request UP334. We can configure who has to approve as part of a process flow, approval process flow that we are going to talk in the buying side. So the vendor is not giving certain access for us. So sometime whenever we are getting the access, we need to utilize it. That is the reason I have clubbed in today's topic. Is this clear?
Jay, hello.
Yeah.
So are
Yes.
those purchasing organization and purchasing group, are we maintaining here in Ariba itself or?
Yeah. We'll be maintaining as part of a downstream only, not in the upstream level. Because when we send this purchase order to ERP system, so that is the mandatory requirement. You need to fill these details. Without that, SAP, it will not create a PO. That is the reason we are maintaining. For Ariba application, it is not necessary. It is not relevant also. When you have a PO configuration with reference to your backend system, you need to maintain it. Clear?
Okay.
Suppose you want to send PO to Ariba network only, not to send to ERP system, then it's a very good question. Those accounting purchase group and purchase, all these things are not related. Since this client is integrated with S/4HANA or ERP system, we need to maintain these details. That we'll be seeing only when we're talking in the child downstream related subjects. We are going to explore more on those information. Okay, we have one more topic, which is supplier performance management. Let's complete that, and then we will talk about the once we complete this one, then we will talk about the template changes. So supplier performance management. So what is supplier performance management? So far, what we have seen is how you can create a onboard a vendor, how can he qualify him, and how can you make him preferred supplier, and how can you import this data using SM administration. Now, the what activity we are doing is over a period of a time, you want to evaluate your supplier. Like in your existing roles where you're working, you'll be doing a performance management over 6 months or 3 months quarterly review or 6 months review based on your targets, whatever assigned you have, whether you have performed, you made the expectation or exceed the expectation. Similarly, in supplier performance also, we are going to evaluate a supplier performance over a period of time. Whether he is provided on delivery as on time, whether his quality, the supplied material is having a quality which is expected by our technical team, and whether his credit terms are okay, or he is continuously bothering us once he supplies the material, or he remains quiet until the payment is released. All these things will be monitored. Okay, so in order to do the supplier performance management, I think this is the first project which we are seeing, creation of a project. As I mentioned earlier also, all the documents which you created as part of upstream is called project. So similarly, we are creating a supplier performance project. I will be creating, for example, SPM 24 July 2023. Training. So these fields, what you are seeing, is generally maintained by during deployment time. We will be deciding it. If you want to any change, you want to add additional field, or you want to hide commodity region department field from here, then you need to raise an SR with Ariba and do this configuration. It is not done by the functional consultant. The name, wherever you're seeing asterisk, that is compulsory. Rest of the fields are optional fields. Even this setting also, it has to be done from Ariba side. Copy from project. If you already created certain project in the past, this is the easy way to copy certain field information. If it not, you select no value. So you can copy that project. Test project is when you're selecting test project, yes, whenever you're running a report, this project which you have created will not be included. And one more option is when you select as a yes, you can able to delete it. If it is not, then sometime you will not allow to delete that project. That's the reason of test project. Base language will remain same. Now, this performance management which you are doing, this is for which commodity code, which region, which department. That way also you can able to do that. If you don't want, you can keep this value as empty. So supplier, if you're doing for the supplier level, you are not differentiating. Maybe you create a separate performance management for different regions and different departments, then you can use it. Otherwise, we can take directly one project. I will select the one which we have created. Let's see. Ariba seller. So you can see this is the Ariba seller. Click on OK. You can even add as part of your test to Ariba seller. So whenever you're searching, you can with the name of the search, then this will be shown. Or if you're going by particular period, you can use this one. Whatever the fields which you are entering here, that can be searchable. Then once you select it, there are different templates can be used. So whichever the template you want to use, you can use it. Let's select this one. Supplier Performance Management Project Template. Click on Create. So once you create a project, Ariba will put a document number. So that is nothing but on the right hand side, which you are seeing workspace ID or WS ID. This is the ID internally, which is created by Ariba. The same ID is visible here. Since this is your first time, so any project which you create will be having these many tasks or the tabs are available. The first tab will be Overview tab, where it will give you some information about the detail which you have entered in the initial screen. And with the process side, it will tell you what are the processes to be performed to complete this particular project, supplier performance phase, supplier certification, and successful rate.
When we are talking about the templates, are these templates default templates from Ariba, or can we create these templates on our own based on the client requirement?
Yes, based on the client requirement, we will be doing, and consultant will be having the access to create the templates. Generally, it is not given to the end user; it is done by the consultants like us.
Will you be covering that? How to create these templates?
Correct. We are going to cover.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. This is the ID. Sorry, this is the document which is got created. The first scale is the overview on the processes, and you can, whatever the announcement related to here, you can also add quick links in order any project which is accessed in the first page you want to have, you can have that information. Under actions, you can edit the overview. By clicking on this, whatever you have entered here, you can able to change it. Like Ariba seller, I want to add certain details, you can add those details. If you on the right hand side, template questions. This is a tricky one because many people will not be knowing what template this particular project has been used. If you want to find out, this is the only way, or you have to run the reports and see. You can see this is used by Supplier Performance Management Project Template. Okay, the template for this project has no questions. Okay, that's fine. So anytime you want to find out, if now I'm creating it after 6 months or 3 months, I want to know during creation of this project, what is the template I have used? For that, you need to click on Edit Overview or View Overview. Go to the template questions, and you will be find out the template which is used by the this project. So clicking on OK. Again, sometimes these tabs are not visible. So why that is? Because actions, there are two types of views are available for a project. One is compact view. So once you click on compact view, all the information is shown on one screen, which will not give you tabular details. So when you are in this situation, you need to come to actions, click on full view. Okay. How this is giving is at the time of your template creation, while you are saving the run, if you kept in compact view and close the template, then while you open a project, it will be shown in compact view only. If it is in full view, it will show as a full view. Currently, the template is kept as a full view, so we are seeing these tabs. By some time, some of the people at the fresh way, they will keep this as a compact view. You want to have in one page visibility. That time, you will be shown as a one page. In order to navigate to the full view, click on action, do the full view method. Delete project. If again certain parameters will control this option, whether you are allowed to delete a project or not. Most of the companies will put a restriction not to delete it because they want to see the history and they don't want someone to delete a real-time projects also. we will talk about create, copy, and follow on project. Suppose you already created one project, you want to copy that project. What will happen? Same like earlier when you're creating copy from, right? Similarly, if you click on copy project, these values will be copied and you change the supplier and proceed with the creation. Follow-on project means you created one, for example, you created one RFP. You create a follow-on project to do an action. So that is a follow-on project. Or you created one project and later on you want to add one more project, you can create follow-on project. Once you create a follow-on project, a link will establish in the overview tab to switch back from follow-on project and previous project. That way you can create a link between two projects using when you create a follow-on project. Let's go to the full view. Documents. So generally all your once you understand this project, then this is same in contract management and the supplier management and sourcing management. Here you will be having the scorecard, which we will talk shortly. Going to the task tab. So here are the tasks which you need to be complete to complete the performance management of a project. On the top on the right hand side, you are going to see incomplete task 4. That means you need to complete these 4 tasks once so that the project is executed. Team tab will give you who have access to this particular team. Let's go to the team tab. So now only project owner is added as part of the team. You can add additional members also using action. So team members, click on edit. So you can add additional team members. Let's complete the team's topic now in today's session. Add group. So now only one group is there. Now I'm adding one more group. So supplier performance I'm adding a group from procurement team. Okay. So procurement team. Whether they can change this project, whether we are going to allow them, we are going to decide as part of the roles. By assigning these roles, procurement team will get the functionality. I want to make them as an observer zone. I don't want them to change it, but I just want to observe a team member. If I want to change them, then I need to add them into the project owner. There is one active group also. Active team member. Click on that. I'm assigning 2 roles, clicking on OK. So this time I have created a team. Now I will be adding the members who will be part of this procurement team. You can select any vendors. I'm just for namesake, I'm selecting by S7. Similarly, you can create one more group, observer group, and I will assign the role as an observer. Observer team member. Here, I want to add legal department into question. Like that, you can add any number of people as you wish. They will be getting observer permission. So whoever you're adding here, you will be getting procurement team function. These groups can be used to create tasks and create approval flows also. That we are going to see in coming session. Now, while default project owner is added, whoever creating this particular project becomes the project owner. If you want to change, you can click here and you can change them. Whoever added here as part of the project owner, that is consumes a license. I think if I was explained in the first session or second session, Ariba also charges based on licenses. In upstream, the billing or the pricing will go by number of licensed users. Generally, up to 200 users will be given as a standard permission. More than 200 users are using this project creation permission, then Ariba will charge certain amount. It will be fall under second bracket, like 200 to 500 group or something, and based on that, you will be charged. So again, when we talk about this licensed users, for the downstream, you can have 20,000 users. Ariba don't care because they want Ariba application to be used by as many users as they don't want any other third-party tool. They want to use procurement so related thing. They want to use Ariba application. There it doesn't matter. When it comes to the upstream, whoever creating project owner for functionality that is consumes a license that is monitored by Ariba. Is it clear? No. I assume it's clear. Okay, this one we can even decide. So in the template level, when we are managing the supplier performance managed template, we can decide what are all the groups, what are all the roles, and we can stop it. So we will give the leverage to this particular members addition will be given to the end user, but creation of groups will be restricted by consultant. That can be done as part of the template change management or template creation management that we are going to see. Right now, the template allows the end user to configure the team members and add members. Someone looks like raised a question. So message board is simple. So you inside your project, you can communicate, you can create a new topic and communicate. So anytime in the history, it will be visible. Anyone who is opening, you can communicate with the message board. Even messages, so whatever related when you're performing in sourcing, that time you will be seeing even messages and all. History will give you like what time it is started, who has made, who created the team, everything is visible here. You can also sort by, this is for your audit purpose also. I want to see teams, who has made any changes to the team. By clicking on search, whatever the team related changes, you can able to see. If you want no choice, then all the information will be visible here. Okay. You can further filter by time, date, by searching also. More search option, you can select ID and real user also. So what is real user? Suppose someone is acting on behalf of some other user, then real user detail can be added also. Yeah, here it is. So teams part we are clear. Now let's go to the task. So there are different tasks are available. Generally, these will be discussed as part of contract management. Since we're starting the project also, we'll explain. There are different tasks are available in Ariba. To do tasks, that means you are asking user to perform certain acts. So that is called to do task. When you can send for a review task, that means you want to review your changes to some other manager. That is a review task. Third is approval task. You're expecting some approval from a business person. That is an approval task. So for time being, let's complete whatever existing here. Then we will create as part of a new business. So it is asking ask supplier 1 year delivery success rate. Something it is saying. If you want to click on this detail, click on view details. Then Ariba will tell you what type of a task it is. Okay. You can see this is a to-do task. That means simply asking the user to perform certain action. So I'm fine. Ask the supplier 1 year delivery success rate. I have asked. Then I can either click on mark started or I can click on mark complete. Let's click on mark started. Okay. Now go to the team task. You can see it changes from not started to in progress because I have started it in progress. This is the phase. Inside of this, based on this one, the phase also will be in progress. Now I have done, I have asked the detail. Now I'm marking this as a complete. Either I can click on view task details, click on mark complete, or I can directly take action from there also. Click on mark complete. Now you can see this task has been complete. Then this should update to 3. So either you refresh. Generally, it takes real time, but some lag is there. Now get customer 1 year transaction with a client. So it is just asking. So get customer 1 year transaction with a client. Okay, that is also fine. I was able to get the detail. Mark started. Or I can directly click on mark complete also. So basically, when you are creating a task, you are saying maybe set a minutes of meeting with the team members. So that way, that is a to-do task, telling the person to do something. So in this case, it is asking me to collect this information in beginning. So I collected that information, I have completed. Now you can see the task is reduced. So once I complete this, again, this task also will get reduced. Actually, this is not performed correctly. That's the reason we are seeing templates very unorganized. Mark complete. This is also mark complete. This is the wrong template. They have not built properly. Okay. So scorecard. We should have two folders here: scorecards and I will show you the difference. So, go back. Create supplier performance management. So here I can select also. If I select it, then it will not allow me to choose the different template. So in that reason, once I selected it, I will again unselect it. Supplier performance management, survey and scorecards. Select the supplier. Supplier. Create. Steps remain same. So now you can see. Yeah. Scorecard and survey. These two need to be presented. This is also not a correct template.
So here we have so is it like whatever the template we have the questionnaires that will be coming as part of task? Is it something like that, Sanjay?
Yes.
Like control C at template level.
No, correct. So I think better I will open the sourcing project. Yeah, you can control based on the questions also, but generally if the questions are, if there are multiple options are provided, that time you will use the questionnaires. Otherwise you will not need the question to be asked.
Oh, okay, sir.
Let's open any of the ones. Creation date. Select this here. The problem is people are using this one, so they are creating new template just for half knowledge. They are doing it and they are not completing. So this is a cleared one. So where you see the task and all, execution, main, everything is done in a proper way. I want to find out which template they have used. So what I have to do, go to the overview, action, edit overview, template questions, SPM template. Okay. Once a project is created, it is not possible to change the template. So that's the reason we have to create always new project and select the template only. In real you will be having only 1 or 2 templates only, not this many templates. So that won't be a problem in create supplier performance. Cancel. Create supplier performance management. Generally, what I do is I will start with the sourcing process. So that will be interesting, and going forward, we will do this one. But I thought to change pattern to start with the SPM. SPM template. I believe this one is the correct one. Let's see. SPM. Yes, project no. The SPM template. Click on create. Yeah, this is makes sense. Preparation, execution, and closure. So you have okay. So this makes sense, and you should have the documents, scorecards, and survey correct. That is there, and the task also there. Prepare the scorecard. The first step it is asking us is prepare a scorecard. We will be preparing that. Click mark started, or view the details. View the detail. Then you can see the document also scorecard. So it is asking me to prepare a scorecard. I will be preparing the scorecard by clicking on open. The scorecard is asking delivery, support, R&D, quality, and PO. So there are these many parameters which is there. So each weight is giving us this one. So now I want to change my delivery. So there are 5. I'll be using all 2020. 20. So for 5 sections, I am giving a rating of 2020. Action, update totals. Okay. The grading I have done. Action. I don't want to adjust anything. I'm okay with this. So in this case, I will click on done. I prepared my scorecard and I am completing it. Completed. You can add additional test also. Test 24th July. It could be anything. You can give a comment, optional only. Okay, next prepare scorecard. Execute by clicking on the timer button. Click on survey. View details. Content. Supplier delivered the PO on time. Supplier PO delivery. These are all fine with me. If I want to change, I can change it. Otherwise, I'm okay with this one. So mark complete. Okay. Survey I'm conducting now. So I want this to be as soon as I complete this and I want to send. I'm not changing anything. Let it be. We will talk more when we're doing the sourcing and the participations. Who will be participant? Only one supplier which we have selected will be the participant. Invite participants. Let's click on content. Did the supplier provided PO on time? Yes. During the PO delivery, supplier provided all the details. Then the stall I'm keeping as this. Click on next. Add participants. Click participants. Invite participants. Who will be completing the survey? The supplier. Seven. He will be the person completing the survey. Click next. Next. That's it. Two steps completed. This time is the execution. Now we are starting the execution. So in here, you need to start recurrence. No, give me a second. Yeah. So here I'm execution stage. So here I have verified the scorecard and I have verified the survey document. I'm fine with this one. Now execution time, finalize scorecard details. So open the scorecard. Whatever the scorecard provided by the, so he's saying 20%. I'm okay with this scorecards. Click on done. Scorecards mark started. Yeah, sorry. Start recurrence I have to do. Now I can finalize the scorecard. Open scorecard. Okay, save and next. Sorry, publish. Open scorecard. Publish the scorecards. So for a period from 2/1/22 to 7/31, I'm performing. Okay. Analyze and run survey. Open event. So now we are going to run the survey. Scorecards have been verified. So when I publish this one, it will be go. IS7 content. Sorry. Publish. Being a first time, it's okay. Don't get confused. So here I'm going to provide the responses. Reduce timing. So now I need to log in as and provide the survey. That prepare response. Okay. So it is asking me whether supplier delivered PO on time. So I'm giving less percentage. During PO delivery, supplier provide all the documents. No. Supplier provide on-time response. I'm just randomly selecting. So this performance is not good with him. Supplier provide on-time response. Same thing only repeating. One time I'm giving yes, one time I'm giving no. All same only. Submit entire response. Based on these responses, his performance will be reviewed. So that is okay. I don't want to revise my response. Go back and open your performance management. You can see on the recently viewed ones, you can directly open that or go to Suppliers tab, and you will find related documents here. Click on Add tab, add content. I want to add my documents. Click on Done. So survey, August one is open. This is the seller performance manager. So opening that, going to the tasks. I have completed, run the survey also. Mark started, mark complete, validate and publish scorecard. Open scorecard, action. Complete, prepare and manage supplier. Now the survey has been completed. Now we need to review the supplier performance. Going to the supplier document. So execution. With this stage, survey has been opened. Monitor the survey. Now you see the responses. Based on these responses, participant scores. So he got a score of 58.57 overall score, which is not an expected behavior, which is below the response. So how he got the scoring, individual scoring, you can see by giving PO delivery 12.5, 12.5. The score also here, let's see. Here it is not mapped to the score. So anyway, the survey has been done. Now the necessary action is he has achieved only 58%, which is not as per standard. So what we have to do, the task is telling prepare and manage a supplier action plan. In this case, we are telling the supplier to have a review with the supplier management to have a review, and you got the score of 57% only, which you need to improve it. So once you've done that step, this is you are going to complete it. With this, you have analyzed the performance management of the supplier. Anytime someone is opening, they can able to verify what is the score happened for this particular period. August review, you have got this one. So the final step will be closure. So close the outstanding actions. Anything is have to be done, you have to complete. Closure obligations, you are completing. With this stage, one performance cycle has been completed. Now, after 6 months, you need to review this process again. So that time, what you have to do, you have to come to the same task, or you open the same performance management, click on this one. One step we need to follow. Show recurrence. Yeah. Once you show, click on the, once execution is done, click on show recurrence, then automatically one more cycle will run. Now execution stage. So you want to execute, open. So and again, one more document will be kept prepared. So it will be these dear documents. And also when you go to the documents, one more set of scores and surveys have been created. Now go to the same task. Execution. Page details. Action. Create new recurrence. Okay, now it is created one more recurrence for February 24. During that time, you will be monitoring it, and certain same scorecards and surveys will be available here. You can see whatever the responses for August, February 2024 will be prepared. The same step which you have done now, you need to do for this one also, execution. Is this clear? This is how generally you do a supplier performance management. So you can do for only one supplier at a time. It is not done for the multiple supplier. Here you will be reviewing the phases. Anytime in the history, you can see the supplier performance of the status. And we maybe this is the first screen which you are referring. So it may be a little bit difficulty. It may be the navigation may be different. So once we explore more on the sourcing and contract, then this will be easier. So right now we have done the user part. So the next session we are going to start with the sourcing. We'll complete the contract management. Then we will touch the templates related to SPM or supplier management. Clear?